Hi, this is Nettie. I want to talk to you about a little bit about my life, mainly that. Um, when I was, 8 months born, I caught that was in the 50s, and I caught what they call the poliomyelitis. A lot of people say, "Oh, she ain't gonna be able to get married. She ain't gonna be able to have kids. Oh, the poor little girl." Blah 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 blah. The same basic thing. That time, a person would walk with a wheelchair, and everybody would like stare. Ooh, who's that girl? What's wrong with her? But then, I grew. I proved people wrong. I got married. I got my two beautiful kids, and I got my granddaughter that you have seen her in the videos, dancing the Harlem Shake. That's in video number one. It has the highest view. So, how you call it? We, after all this happened, in the year 2009, I caught a little ulcer, a little bitsy ulcer. People, when you catch an ulcer, don't put betadine, don't put nothing that dries that ulcer. I didn't know this. So I caught an ulcer from being too much in the wheelchair, and I washed it with betadine because they say it's a disinfectant, so it's going to cure it up. Great. I started feeling sick, weak. I couldn't sit up hardly. I couldn't eat. I didn't want to eat anything. And I didn't know what was wrong, but I figured maybe I got a virus. What the heck. Um, on the second day of this, my son comes to the house. He's married, so he can't. But he always had liked it to live near the house, because he's very close to me. So he comes to the room and he talks to me and he says I was saying in coin, how you say weird stuff that it didn't have no sense. And so he calls the ambulance. My husband wasn't home. He called him and he told, look, there's something wrong with mom. She is acting crazy. She's talking weird stuff. So they take me to the hospital. They run to the hospital. They take me to the hospital. They took some blood test. And I do remember, the only thing I remember was seeing a lot of faces. I didn't know there were ambulances. I just saw a lot of faces, and in between all that face, I saw my aunt, that she was there. So when we come back, I also remember that I was telling my husband, I am so tired. I hardly can move. And he says, maybe a nice bath will help you. I said, yeah, that'll be great. I want to wash from head to toes, my head, my everything. So he helps me into the shower. He showers me. He washes my hair. He does everything. And I lay down. A few minutes down the road, like a half hour down the road, I was about to fall asleep when the phone call. We received the phone call, and they told my husband, take her as fast as you can to bring her to the hospital as fast as you can. There's something in her blood. So my husband took me back. I don't remember how I get there. I don't remember how I end up in the other hospital. I don't remember none of that. But my husband tells me that on the way I was talking like a lot of weird stuff, like seeing somebody flying from one corner of the street to the other, things like that. I was hospitalized and I lost all my vitamins, all my proteins. I began to have diabetes, high blood pressure. What else? I had all these symptoms, all this with the sepsis. And the sepsis is one thing that when I came out and I was better, one girl in one of these college protesting that they had here, she fainted and she had sepsis. And she lasted a few hours. And she was a very young girl. She was only 20, which is very sad. I had another friend that he was working in the radio station while I was sick. He used to call me up, and say, "Hey Nettie," because I participate a lot in politics in the radio. "Hey Nettie, what's up? How you been doing?" And I was telling, I told him how I was doing. He caught the same thing. He was 32, I think it was, and he died also. You know, my feelings to their families. Um, so okay. I get cured. After this, I go back home and I feel this pain. I thought I had cancer in my bones. My bones was hurting, my lungs were hurting, my chest was everything was hurting inside me, but it was like a pain that the bone felt like it was breaking. It was a real bad pain. And my mother was here, because they had notified her to come to Puerto Rico because I was real bad. So she's helping me out, and I had her all night. Mom, move my leg this way. Mom, move my leg that way, because I couldn't take my legs. They were killing me. So I go back to the hospital, but I call the ambulance, but they don't take me to the same hospital. They take me somewhere else, and I keep telling them, look, I need to go to where I started with my sickness. They didn't do it. So one of the hospitals I went to, they gave me Prozac. Prozac, I think is what they call it. And Prozac? No, that's not it. Anyway, this pill that it puts you to sleep. It's a strong pill. And I know that they say a lot of people who are in drugs, they use it too. So they gave me a whole bottle of that. I took it. And the next day, I popped 4 of those pills. I got in the car because I couldn't hardly move. I couldn't even sit because it was painful. So I took 4 pills of those. I got in the car, and I went to my own doctor. They left me in the hospital. They injected me with morphine and other medicine. I forgot the name of it. And they took me to, they started looking around to see what was wrong. I had, I think it was caused by the sepsis. The sepsis caused osteomyelitis, something like that. Osteomyelitis. Okay, it's pus in the bones. That's why the doctor told me it started from the heart, and as it pumped it, it took all that bacteria to the whole bone area, and it was very difficult because they cured it with medication, with antibiotics, but the one that was in the, how you call it, in the spinal cord, inside the spinal cord, they had to drain it out, which was very painful because the injection, I don't take an injection from the spinal cord. It doesn't sleep because maybe it's because of my polio. So the lady said, she was over there like, oh my God, you're suffering too much. Let's do the rest tomorrow. I said, what? No, 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 no. Let me scream. I don't scream usually. I don't scream. That's not my thing. But I just bite my lips and my tears come out, whatever. So I told her, no, let it be. I wanted to do it all the way because I'm not going through this again. So it took me down from the year 2000 to 2011. February 2011. That was the last time I have gone to the hospital. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gardening. I'm doing everything. And I wanted to bring this video because I see a lot of people, they complain about their life for the most dumbest things. I consider it dumb because I went through a lot. And it hasn't put me down. I was supposed to be in bedridden. And the doctor says that he doesn't assure me I ever get out of the bed because of my condition, because of the polio, the weakness I had, everything. Because I came back real weak. I couldn't even take a gallon of water. But, I always been a strong person. And that I also thank my mom. She's a very strong woman. And part of that probably is why I don't give up that easy. So what I did was, I said, I ain't staying in this bed looking at 4 walls. And my husband had bought, had tried to keep me as satisfied as possible. But still, I wanted to get out. So what I did was, I started practicing. I didn't like the idea of wearing Pampers also. It was humiliating. So I practiced first with the Pampers, taking it on, putting it off myself, with nobody else putting it on for me. Then I started practicing to sit up. Then I started practicing getting back on my wheelchair. Then I started practicing and picking things up, and I don't care if it was hurting, I was going to do it. I still have this on hand that is very bad. I don't know if you can see the shape of it, but it's very bad, and sometimes I go through pain. Heck, I keep on trucking. I keep on trying, and I'm taking pills for the pain, but how you call it? I'm not gonna let that low me down. Now, I tell people, look, when you start thinking about suicide, when you start thinking like, oh, the world, oh, nobody loves me, think another way. Say, heck, you don't love me? I love myself. As simple as that. And that's how I see life. If I solve my problems, and that's that. Well, if people don't like sometimes the way I am, well, I'm sorry. But that's the way I am. I don't, how you call it, lower myself to being all pitiful, netty. Oh, no, 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 no. That ain't me. I am a fighter. I will always be a fighter until the day I die. And that's what I have taught my kids. Be a fighter to the day you die. Because nobody's going to give you nothing if you don't fight for it, you know. And how good it is when you fight for something and you say, wow, I did this by my little old self. Ain't it great? This I have, and because I fought for it. This I have because I have tried, to do it better. But that doesn't mean that you can't get help from your parents or whatever. That's another story. you know, but also be grateful. Number one, be grateful to the people who helps you out, cause they're the good friends. Cause when you ain't got no money, you ain't got no friends. But when you ain't got no money and you got friends, those are good friends. So that's all I want to bring it in. Oh, and another thing I want to say that a lot of people probably wonder why she always forgets things when she says, "Oh yeah, this is the plant." What? And then I go like, "Oh my God, what it is?" I say, oh, well, whatever, I'll tell you next time or whatever, is because the sepsis left my brain. In other words, when I caught the sepsis, I was in the last stage. And it affected my brain a little bit. Not in the sense that I can't function, but I do forget a lot of things I remember later on. Sometimes I'm looking for something, I don't know what I'm looking for. So I have to stop, relax, and say, when I remember, I'll look for it. Little down the road, I say, oh, now I remember, and then I get it. So it doesn't affect me, how you call it, like I'm gonna be depressed because of that. I remember when I remember. If I don't remember, I don't remember. But, I just wanted the public to know the reason why I forget a lot. It's not that I don't know it. It's that the moment that I'm filming, I forget. And so everybody will understand. What goes in my life, why I forget a lot. But hey, that's life. So we keep on trucking. But anyway, I just wanted you to know, and I love you guys a lot, very much. The ones in Facebook, the ones in Twitter, the ones in YouTube. God bless you all, and have a nice day. Bye.